Greetings everyone and welcome back to the channel for another 1/6 scale retro unboxing and review. Just before we get into it, I'd just like to say a huge shout out to all those people who've liked the videos, who've subscribed to the channel, who've commented. A really big thank you goes out to everybody who is supporting the channel. Thank you very much indeed. There'll be a lot more content coming, so thanks again. And for those of you who are new to the channel, if you take a look back at my tour video and spot something in there that you like, stick a comment in the comment section and we'll take an up-close and personal look at it. And yeah, thank you again to everybody. So without further ado, let's get on to the figure itself. What we're looking at today, as you probably already know, is the Hot Toys Sarah Connor from Terminator 2 Judgment Day, the classic sequel to the original 1984 Terminator that we all know and love. I think it's slipped into the icon of cinema, of action cinema of the 80s and 90s. Yeah, so let's take a look at the box. And all the figures in this line, I believe this was made circa 2010, 2011. All the figures in this line, the T800, T1000 and the Sarah Connor came in these wonderful mirrored silver boxes, and they are superb. They still stand the test of time today. They still look good today. I managed to locate this figure after a long search. Got it from a collector in France. It took a while to find it. I was after a new figure rather than one that had been already displayed because I'd heard of certain issues. Took me a while to find it. Very obliging man in France, a fellow collector, had one unboxed, new, which I managed to get over to this country without having to remortgage the house. So yeah, this box is, and you've probably seen these boxes before, but Hot Toys really went to town with these, with this all silver look, very reflective. I love the back here with the knife. There's a brief description here of the film, the usual warnings and stuff down the bottom here, and the no fate that she carved into the wooden table. Yeah, beautiful box. The image carries on along the side there. These boxes are prone to scuffing simply because they are so reflective, but they still look superb today. Very nice, and it's a lovely slip cover thing going on here. I'll actually take this off on camera because it is worth seeing the job they did on the packaging back in the day there. Yeah, there's the front, obviously where the figure is stored. We've got Terminator 2 Judgment Day on the side there, and on the back another image of Sarah Connor, this time without the glasses. And these are both shots of the figure as well. So yeah, beautiful packaging, wonderful packaging, still looks fantastic today. If you're a box display, you'll have a field day with this. Me personally, I'm not, but it's great work, it's great work. So without further ado, let's get down on the table, take a look at the accessories. So what does Sarah Connor come with? Okay, so here we are, down on the table with the accessories. So what does Sarah Connor come with? And for a 12, 13-year-old figure, quite a comprehensive amount of accessories here. Let's start with this stand, pretty much sort of standard issue for back in the day, but this was replicated along all the T2 figures that Hot Toys brought out around that time. Nothing too spectacular, but it does the job. Yeah, the oval black plastic base with the standard crotch grabber. We've got T2 Judgment Day there in white across the top, and Sarah Connor there. Most people will recognise these bases from that era, but yeah, pretty good, does the job. And very rarely do I actually display figures with these old oval bases, but with these, for some reason, it makes me all retro and I like to use it. So yeah, very nice. What else have we got? Let's start with the hands. We all know what I'm like about my hands, and there are, how many pairs are we? We've got two pairs, so there's two pairs here. There's a pair on the figure itself, so we're looking at 6 hands in total. So what are they like? Let's take a closer look at one of these. Paintwork, for the time, I'm going to have to say pretty good. As I say, we have to remember that this is an older figure. It's been around quite a while, and there's been some rather large leaps in hand production and in head sculpt production for that matter. But yeah, they're pretty good. We've got some Some nice paintwork on there. There's a little bit of bone structure in there. Not much work on the finger or the fingernails. It is a soft plastic, so they are posable, and we all know how I like the posable hands. Yeah, but perhaps a little too soft. That may be the age, I don't know. But sometimes their gripping ability is not the best. As you see, they're very, very soft. But yeah, so we've got that looks like the pistol hand. What else have we got? We've got another holding hand here. 2 open palm hands. Yeah, all pretty standard. But yeah, as I say, for the time, pretty good work. What else have we got? Set of instructions, never opened, typical man. Yeah, just dive straight in. But these have been sealed since the day this thing was made. Mainly, I do know the instructions cover the hair piece, which we'll take a look at shortly. Yeah, but instructions if you need instructions. What else have we got? Let's take a look at some of the weaponry. The shotgun. Yeah, very, very nice for its time. Yeah, we've got some nice paintwork on here. Not much weathering that I can see. There's a little bit of weathering on there, on this barrel underneath. There's a couple of paint applications there to give it some depth. There's some paintwork on the handle as well, and on the trigger there. So, oh yeah, and you actually look, we've got a silver inlay there where the cartridges go. I believe that's where the cartridges go. And it's got a cocking action as well, which is very nice. Yeah. Yeah, good piece. Good piece. I believe this bit, the stock folds back. Yeah. So you can shoulder it. And that's nice and stiff as well. These often become loose over age, even when they've not been used. But as I say, I was lucky enough to get this brand new, never out of the box. But yeah, also you've got down here cartridge holders, which are included as well. Here they are. These have never been opened either. I've never displayed them with this. But yeah, you simply take those out, slot them in there. Yeah, for that authentic shotgun look. But yeah, so that's the shotgun. Very nice. We also have the rifle as well. Well, I say rifle, it's not a rifle, it's well, I'm not a massive gun expert, so I'll leave that to you to tell me what kind of gun this is if you so wish. But very, very nice detailing on there. You can see the weathering. We've got different coloured paintworks here. There's multiple paintworks on there to give it that depth. Some weathering on there. As I say, for its for the time, this is a very, very nice piece indeed. That stock slides out, as you can see. There's a strap that's hooked, that's looped at both ends. We've got the sight there. And as far as I can tell by going back to the movie, and I have seen this movie many, many times, these are very, very screen accurate, these pieces. Yeah, and that looks very good. We've got a suppressor on the end there, which is removable. Probably a good time to mention the second suppressor here, which you can fit on. Slightly smaller than this one, but it does fit, believe me. I have tried it. So, yeah, 2 suppressors and a very, very nice piece of work there. Very impressed. This stands up actually against some of the 6-scale weapons that are produced for figures today. So excellent work, Hot Toys. Really, really good. What else have we got? There is a 6-scale knife to go in the sheath, which she has on her utility belt. Once again, some nice work. We've got a little piece of string there. Very screen accurate. You did have this when she was carving No Fate into the table. There's some weathering on the handle there. This is all plastic, it's not metal, but it is quite sharp. So be careful with it if you manage to land this one in the wild. But yeah, a very, very nice and very, very screen accurate 6-scale knife. What else have we got? Yeah, a couple of spare wrist pegs. I think standard issue as always with Hot Toys figures, never opened. And finally, we've got the handgun. Very nice again. Some good paintwork on there. Some nice accuracy. I believe this cocks as well. No, it doesn't. Oh, that's surprising. I will assume the magazine's going to remove. Yes, it does. So you can take the magazine out if you want. I have never, ever posed a figure loading a gun. But the option's there if you want it. And you've got some painted bullets in there too. So, yeah. That slots back in there, and there's some nice detailing on the magazine. Yeah, a nice little piece. well done again, Hot Toys. So that's the accessories. Oh, almost forgot, there is one other accessory lurking in here. There it is. Yeah. Now this is the hairpiece. Now, this hairpiece actually goes, it's the fringe, as you can see here. Because when you pose this with the hat on, I haven't got the hat out now because it's on the figure, but that's another accessory. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Getting this hairpiece on, getting the hat on is problematic. It is. It's not impossible, but the way I've been displaying it is without this hairpiece. It's very simple. I'll show it when you get the figure out. I think that's probably the easiest way to do it. So that's all the accessories. Let's get to the main event. Let's bring Sarah Connor out and take an up close and personal. Okay, so this is Sarah Connor out of the box, on the turntable, and let's take a closer look at her. From the get-go, I have to say, this stood the test of time pretty well, this figure. When I first saw some of the early release shots of the head, I wasn't convinced, but it really is one of those figures that actually is better in hand than it is when it's being photographed, if that makes sense. But let's have a closer look at the actual the outfit itself. And the outfit, I have to say, is very, very well done. What you've got, I don't think this is a split cut boot design. These are plastic boots. We've got canvas denim-y type material for the pants. It's got weathering on the knees there. Not sure whether the camera's picking this up. What I will do is I'll attempt to zoom in on this a little bit. This is the first time trying this, so bear with me. Yeah, let's have a little bit of a closer look at this, at the costume here, the outfit. Yeah, so as I said, sort of a canvas cargo pant, black effect with weathering on them. Got a wristband here. This is also another accessory, and a watch, which goes on this arm here, which I always appreciate when you've got arms that aren't completely seamless for covering up those joints. Just works for me. We've got a canvas utility belt there. Very nice detailing on it. These pockets on the cargo pants are all functional. Moving up, we've got the vest with working buckles here. This vest is removable. It's got utility pockets on the side. The detailing is absolutely excellent. The strap work. I love the back of this. I think the back is very, very impressive, although how many times do we see the back of a figure unless it's on a turntable? What you can't be probably picking up there is the gap in the arm, which is well covered when it's displayed by these straps, but there are gaps there. This body is not the best. It's got the sort of the frame of Sarah Connor quite well, but I don't think it's got the muscularity, because she did an awful lot of working out between the two movies and to prep for T2, and there was far more muscularity. If I was a braver man, I may swap these bodies out for something a little bit more muscular, but for the time being, I'm more than happy with it. Let's pull back out again a little bit so you can see her in all her glory. The hair is sculpted, obviously. We will take an up close and personal look at the head sculpt when we get her in the detail, as we always do. This body, as I mentioned, has a reputation. If you are going to pick this figure up, if you are thinking of putting it in your collection, be wary of long-term strain on this body. It's notorious for ripping, in particular here at the elbows. Now, I keep it in a very, very neutral pose in the detail, but it's an older body. Maybe the tech wasn't quite there yet for producing these bodies. I know they're a lot better these days. We still have some issues with them, but yeah, you've got to respect the fact that this is an older figure, so be very, very careful if you're going to pose it. Also, the other accessories I mentioned, didn't mention rather, were these glasses. Now, I've already got these goggles on because I like that look. Trust me, it's difficult to get those on and to replace this hat. Now, the hat does come off. When the hat comes off, let me just locate that hairpiece again. This hairpiece actually slots into place at the front there, so you can go for this look, the unhatted look with the fringe. Me personally, I'm going to stick with this one for the display. I prefer the hat, I prefer the glasses look. It just works for me. And also, as well, as I say, it takes an awful lot of finagling to get that hat off, get this on, maybe get the glasses back on again. Those glasses are very, very delicate. I think it was the same with the T1000 figure, and I have that the plastic doesn't age well, so be super careful with them. Yeah, very, very easy to snap off an arm, break them in the nose bridge section. Yeah, so if you are going to go for that look, yeah, be very, very careful. Yeah, treat it with the respect it deserves. But on the whole, yeah, I have to say they've done some wonderful work here for back in the day, and as I say, I think it still stands up today. This overall outfit, there's no split cut boot design on here, maybe none of the stuff that we see today, but for its time, absolutely 100% a cracking figure. And also, you've probably seen as it was spinning around there, there's a sheath that's just coming around now. Let's actually stop this if we can. Just bear with me. Let's stop her spinning and get her front and center. Bring her forward a little bit so you can see more of her. There we go. I've got the most uncooperative turntable. Yeah. Now this knife obviously is going to fit here in the sheath. I believe this sheath is pleather, so be very, very careful. If you're going to be taking this, taking it out, if you're going to be posing her, holding it, yeah, just be super careful. But yeah, there she is, Sarah Connor, in all her glory. What we're going to do next, as we always do, is get her into the Detolf, get her under the Detolf lights, and have a look at how she displays, take a closer look at, I won't be taking those glasses off, my apologies, simply because I do not want to risk breaking them, but we'll get a closer look at that head sculpt and have a look how she displays in the Detolf. So, as always, it's over to the Detolf. Okay, so here we are over at the Detolf with Sarah Connor. Got her in a quick pose, holding the automatic rifle. Let's have an up close and personal look at that head sculpt. Now, as I said before, I am keeping it with this hat on and with the glasses on, simply because I don't want to risk any damage to the figure. But as you can probably see there, that is not a half bad representation of Linda Hamilton. I mean, the paintwork isn't probably as good as we're seeing these days by Hot Toys, and most certainly the sculpt is slightly softer than we would see these days as well. There is some veining in those arms there. As I said before, though, I don't think that this body quite matches the muscularity of Linda Hamilton at that time. But once again, for a 11, 12-year-old figure, I think this really, really does stand up well. There's some fantastic detailing on that outfit there. The working clasps, removable vest, as I mentioned before. Yeah, the stitching on the outfit is top notch, top quality. No split cut boot design, as we've already talked about. But yeah, with the accessories, I've got a post here with the cigarette. I've completely forgotten to put the knife back in the sheath, but I will be doing that shortly. Yeah, so let's take a step back and see how she looks, what kind of shelf presence we've got. Yeah, obviously a slightly smaller figure because Linda Hamilton is slightly smaller in stature. But yeah, it's a thumbs up from me, absolutely 100%. And does it stand the test of time? Absolutely as well. So there you have it, Linda Hamilton. What we're going to do next, have a quick look at her with the T800 and the T1000 and see how they display. Okay, so here we are with the final display. We've got Sarah Connor in with the Hot Toys T800 and the T1000, and this is the setup I'll be displaying them in. And I have to say, what an impressive trio they make as well. For older figures, I'll chance my arm and say these have yet to be bettered as 1/6 scale representations of the classic Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Yeah, get a little bit up close and personal, and those head sculpts, the tailoring, everything still stands up today. And as I say, in my opinion, yet to be bettered. So that pretty much wraps it up for this video. If you've liked this video, please hit the thumbs up icon, comment in the comment section, hit the subscribe button. We've got a lot more content coming up, so don't miss it. Hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon. What's coming up on the channel? Well, we've got what I'm aware of. Yeah, we've got the Black 8 Studios. That's going to be a new figure. It's Black 8 Studios Petroleum Man, aka Daniel Day-Lewis from There Will Be Blood. That's coming up pretty soon. We've got another new old retro unboxing of the Hot Toys Blade 2 figure. And also, we're going to be doing a 2001 special, which will involve an unboxing and review of the Dave Bowman by Executive Replicas, and an up close and personal, a very, very special piece, a custom built Evo pod from the film 2001. So all that's coming up, so don't miss a thing. Hit the bell notification icon. And I suppose all it remains for me to say is thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching the video. Look after yourselves. From Sarah Connor, the T800 and the T1000, it's goodbye from me. Look after yourselves and happy collecting.